valuable time. Thank you so much, Sanjay ji. And I would appreciate the Department of Electronics and Communication, especially Dr. Shally ma'am, for organizing the webinar on this latest topic, right? The innovation in embedded system. And this is very much required. And I would appeal to all the students to be interactive with the kind of expert we are having with us. So, as we know that in embedded nowadays, we'll talk about, I think whatever I have received the details, it's basically a web-based embedded we are talking about. Am I right? So this is really interesting, you know. We are using this as told by the man that we are using this word embedded from the last 2 decades, right? But it's still, you know, in today's life, we talk about embedded using web-based. This is very much required. You can control so many devices with the help of web, and it is really easy. So this is a very good opportunity to all the students to understand the real-time example of the system and take the benefit of this. I must say that the golden opportunity for the students to understand the market of embedded system nowadays. I would request the department to, you know, after this webinar, try to have in touch with Dr. Sanjay, Mr. Sanjay, so that we can continue this practice and we can really convert this talk into a real-time project and all, right? So, Dr. Shaili, this is my request to please, you know, continue this. And dear students, please ask the questions as many as possible and be interactive. This is you know, the if I'll talk about the benefits of this topic, that in application sites, speech communication, bad technology, even in education, we can make a lot of projects. So, Sanjay, Mr. Sanjay, if you are you know, hearing me, this is my request to you.
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Yeah. Sir, this is my request to you. Just in future also, please guide some students in this area so that we can take the real benefit, right?
Yeah, sure.
I will be in the seminar continuously to understand the topic. Thank you so much once again, and please continue, Mr. Sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thanks.
A wonderful beginning always sets the spirit very high, and I think your words are quite motivating to have a good session. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
And we would definitely keep your guidelines in mind as you have highlighted the project work to be benefited through this session.
Exactly.
That would be the target. Thank you so much. Well, at this moment, I would also like to pay my thanks to our faculty, Miss Shipra Gupta, who has been working hard for arranging this session. And I congratulate her that today her vision has realized. And I thank all my other faculty members also, that they have been contributing their best in organization of this event. So now, students, without taking much of time in between Mr. Sanjay and you, we would like to proceed with the session. So I invite the industry legend before us in the field of embedded systems, Mr. Sanjay Singh. So please, I welcome you for the session. Thank you so much.
Thanks, ma'am. Thank you. Hello, guys. Hope I am audible. So, is there anyone who is not on mute? Please mute the system. Because a lot of I can see the noise. I can hear the noise actually. So, please, anyone is on mute? Okay. Yeah, good. So, this session, Hope, would you like to continue over the embedded systems and what are the trends going on the embedded systems? So I don't have any slides. It will be on embedded system, VLSI, and in the complete electronic side rather than the embedded system, because you guys are in academics right now, so you are very hard to understand things which are going to be implemented in the industry actually. So generally you think like if your branch is in electronics, so I will be working through the electronics stuffs only. We are not going to play around the softwares, programming languages, operating system, and all these kinds of stuffs. So I'll make sure you that you understand things how you can approach in a bigger way and a more deeper sides, so that you can introduce yourself in front of the industry, like technology in terms of betterment of the technology rather than in terms of understanding the technology. So understanding the technology is a different thing, and doing something for the betterment of the technology is the different thing. So if you will feel like you want to make something, uh, improve something over the technology, then you can go deep inside the technology, and that will make your understanding much better as compared to the present scenario. So let's start with the your questioning if you have any question. Otherwise I don't have the slide, so it will be great appreciation if you guys continue with the question answer only, because I don't have any slides and all. So from my side, I will brief and will let you know what are the fields, and you can note down also because it will help you a lot. Because being a student, you think embedded system is a very small field, but it's a domain of 100 branches actually. More than 100 branches are there in embedded system in VLSI. So you have to decide out of 100 which one would you like to go with this electronics branch, embedded system and VLSI especially. So there is nothing like branch. You guys are from electronics, electrical, CS, computer science, IT. So everything happens in this embedded systems. So think beyond the subject, think beyond the programming languages, think beyond your branches. So let's start with the questions. Yes, guys, can you ask any question?
Sanjay ji, I would like to ask one question, being a director, right? Well, talk about
Yeah.
electronics. Nowadays, we are having a lot of issues when we talk about the core areas in electronics. So the first question to make it interesting, your topic is how can we proceed? I'll talk about a career in embedded, right? So what are the different trainings or what are the different expertise required from second year onwards? Because what we are learning nowadays theoretically, that you have already mentioned that it's a lot of gap. So career-wise, how can we proceed and what are the opportunities that we have in the market? This is my first question to make it interesting, your topic, right? So you can accordingly.
Okay. So I have been interacting, as you know, I worked with SetPoint for around 7 years. So I have interacted many students, especially in the field of electronics, because I have the expertise of embedded systems and VLSI only. So I know the lacks, where the students lacks actually, and where the system is lacking. So both are in my picture, and I can see the clear view. Where is the gap actually? So the major gap is understanding the branch. I am from electronics branch and I don't want to program anything. I don't want to learn the programming. The biggest myth in electronics that there is no programming in electronics. So hope guys you understand this. I'm going to make a sentence like C. Make C programming your mother tongue, like you speak in Hindi, English, Bhojpuri, or Tamil, Telugu. So for anything to understand in the world of computer, microprocessor, microcontrollers, servers, anything related to these systems, first try to understand this C programming language. See, not like that you want to understand what is if statement, for statement, what is loop, what is while loop. So you have to understand how this loop is going to be executed inside the processor. How much number of cycles, how many number of cycles it is going to consume, how many clocks will be wasted in a particular circuit. There are a lot of adder circuit, I mean circuits that are implemented over the VLSI level, but all the instructions you write in C programming language is converted to the assembly language, and finally that interact with your machines. So first try to understand how this programming language C interact with your computer, your microprocessor and your microcontroller. And the simplest way is to play around with a microcontroller and with devices. Devices, you might have gone through many courses of 8051, PIC, AVR, or ARM embedded systems based on your interest of microcontroller. So microcontroller is not a big deal. You can choose any microcontroller, microprocessor, or any platform like Raspberry Pi, Alien boards. There are a lot of things available in the market. You can easily connect and play around. Once you will start playing around, you will love starting the programming. So first of all, start loving the programming rather than the subject. Because once you will learn programming, you will not programming, learn programming to control anything, to make anything, to connect the systems external words, so that you can understand how things are getting connected through your phone, through the buttons, through the switches, or through different kind of wireless devices, for example Bluetooth. If you talk about the Bluetooth, everything is going to be based on the BLE, Bluetooth low energy, or you can say Bluetooth classic. So try to understand this gap of programming and your language. Hope you understand this thing. And as per the part of this career wise, generally what you guys do is you make a resume and write something like expert in embedded systems, 8051 embedded system, AVR embedded system. No, you should write specific content of this, your specialization. For example, this is not the resume making session, more questions should come, so I'm just making you should be expertise like I am the expert of I2C protocol, I am the expert of display system, I am the expert of camera system, I am the expert of audio system, I am the expert of video system, I am the expert of automation like motor, I am the expert in motor area, I am the expert in the stepper motor area. So this kind of activity makes your resume much more stronger, and will let you know understand things much more deeper, as what you play around the multiple things. Better to limit yourself within technology specific things.
Um, well said, Sanjay ji. Now, can I have put up one question? I would like to just tell you about.
Yeah.
Our students are very efficiently working on different microcontrollers. Like they are using those microcontrollers as you suggested, that on the control of motors, on the control of relays, right? So that can further bring, small prototype models into existence. You know engineering very well.
Right.
So they are doing it, but there is a question always, the student wants to train himself that, ma'am, what kind of microcontroller, like for them, if we suggest, like Arduino is the best to start up with. Everybody starts with the Arduino, right? And I have seen even the second year students are very familiar, to work with Arduinos. They start doing that. Only thing is they have to work on their practices, as you suggested. They have to work on the controls and this. So I would just like you to highlight your view about that. If they make a project, right now the focus is just that they should put one program into an Arduino that should make something happen so that your prototype has a vision to be translated. So can you just help them to get it, have a broader view on that what actually they should be working? Like you have already suggested, I know, that they should work on the interfaces in a better way so that they can highlight that I'm better at the control of motors, I'm better at the control of displays. But right now when the idea summaries come, like we do have many platforms, like we have got hackathons displayed through government, we have got different industries which propose different ideas, but the gap is still very huge. Students are working, but the gaps are still very huge. They are not able to take up those problems which are actually meant to be solved by them.
So one thing I would like to highlight in this scenario is when we make a project, there are a project or a product. Anything can be, or your idea that can be from your idea to a hardware platform. Okay. So when you make any project, what you think that you can connect every device, you can program everything, which is not possible actually. What I told you, like, you can be the expert of one thing, not the complete system. A system requires what a system requires. When you go through the project, it requires a PCB. So you are not expert of the PCB design. Okay, PCB designing itself is a very big field. You can decide to the expert of this one. PCB designing, not simple PCB designing like you are plotting something and printing on the board. That is the different kind of academics level of thing that you can use. Anybody can do. So PCB designing, then designing of the components. What should be the size of the board? What should be the size of microcontroller? What would be the cost of your microcontroller? So I'm telling you on the real prospects actually, not the academics one. So what could be the power consumption of this device? If you're making any device and delivering to a particular customer client, that could be very not good. That not good for that customer, because it can consume a lot of unit to their home if it any home appliances or industry appliances. So you need to take the measures of the power also, and how long we can continue with the power, and how long it will continue with the power continuous in on mode. So all this kind of activity you should take care of this. So you are not the any student. In fact, I was not the expert of the all these things. So what you can do is you can divide the group and make the group in different expertisement. Like, yeah, I will connect this system with LCD, so I will program the LCD part. I am the expert of LCD. But once you decide that I will interface the LCD, you should be master of LCD. Master of LCD means how many number of clocks is going to take, why we give the high to low signal, low to high signals, how is the data is transferred from microcontroller pins to the LCD interface. It could be a 8-wire interface, 4-wire interface, 2-wire interface, 1-wire interface, or even we can select the LCD which can be connected over the Bluetooth. So all kind of protocols which is going to be interfaced with LCD. I'm taking the example of LCD. You can take any example. So once you decided we are the group of 4 guys, 5 guys, 6 guys, then after deciding the technology, you should be the expert of that one, so that if any questions arise in front of you, you can be answerable. That's what the industry is looking for. Yes, that you are the expert of this one, I can go with you. Means whatever assignment we are going to give you, you are going to finish it within the time limit, with the quality, and this kind of stuffs are happening. So as per of the
So
one,
right now, I
yeah,
have one point to be added here. Right now, we are talking about the web technology amalgamation, right, with the
right,
embedded.
right.
That is quite a new, and I think we look forward to it to be called as an innovation in embedded.
So let me come to your previous question and this question. Both are related one. So you ask you put a question like what could be the platform like Arduino, AVR, or which Raspberry Pi, or which microcontroller we should select. So the microcontroller itself comes with the property. I mean, this microcontroller is made for IoT applications. This microcontroller is made for the RF application, radio frequency applications that can be connected over the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or some kind of Zigbee, or some kind of other wireless communication based on the Wi-Fi or 5G and etc. So you can select any controller based on your application. That would help you a lot to understand how this microcontroller is behaving with respect to the technology. So you can select Arduino as a multi-purpose kind of things, because it has the external APIs inbuilt into it, which can connect with the server, with the hardware, with the abstraction layer, as well as the your application layer. So you can go with the Arduino for learning purpose only, but then in the real industry, Arduino is not going to work anymore because it's for learning purpose only. For your kind information, Arduino itself has the inbuilt microcontroller, either AVR or ARM, or any controller can be inside the Arduino platform. So Arduino is the name of the platform. It has microcontroller, like it. You can see the name of the microcontroller. It might be Arduino Uno or Arduino, different kind of platform. It may be AVR or Atmega 1632 family, or it can be ARM series. So selecting microcontroller based on the project is tricky one. And but for academic point of view, I don't think you guys will be so choosy, like, hey, I'm going to make this application, so I will select this controller. So I guess so generally it doesn't happen in academics. You are going to decide based on the application which microcontroller I should take. So generally you select that one under which you have gone through training, or under which language you are comfortable. Based on those, you select the microcontroller. Coming to the next point, so you can select any microcontroller is not a bar. You can choose any microcontroller based on your comfort level, but you have to justify why you have chosen this microcontroller. Generally this questions comes into your viva, your external exams, and will face this question in your interviews also. Okay, the next question is connecting to the external world over the server. That comes under the technology called IoT. So there are a lot of IoT based microcontroller being manufactured by the manufacturer, legend likes Qualcomm, Silicon Labs, NXP, and all the industries. So NXP especially manufacturing IoT over the IoT controllers for the automotive auto sector. For example, their socks will be implemented into the BMW, Audi, Maruti, and this kind of company. When we talk about the Qualcomm, so this controller will be usable for the mobile applications. So similarly for general purpose controllers, general purpose applications, for academic applications, you can choose any controllers based on the TI, Texas Instruments controllers, Atmel microcontrollers, or NXP is also into the field of students academics. So you can choose NXP controllers or ST microelectronics controllers. Coming to the connection of the external world, yes, as per the part of this external world connection, you will require a platform where you can program the data to be transferred over the internet. Now comes to the one point come in your mind: we are not the web expert, then how can I connect the software data, my hardware data, to the software? So you might have heard about the protocols like UART, I2C, SPI. So all these data can be transferred over the air, OTA. We call it OTA, over the air, or through LAN cable, through GPRS, through edges. You can transfer this data over the server also. So once you transfer the data over the server means any website. You don't think anything less, web page, any web page where you can store the data, and dynamically you can fetch the data. Now with the help of different microcontroller, different platform, you can fetch that data from the server, and based on that data you can take any action. So these are the simple concept. This is the only concept for the IoT or the web based applications. Now for these applications, you select the programming language, whether I should go for Python, I should go for .NET, or I should go for PHP for server side. So these are the stuffs you need to understand, not your own way. You need to take the help of someone who are the expert in this technology. So what you do is you try to understand, like, I will do it. No, your domain is limited to the hardware one, which can be used to transfer the data from your hardware to the web. If you know the concepts of web API, there are a lot of open things in the market. So like ThinkSpeaks and other stuffs are there. You can easily connect with. But rather than connecting going through multiple things in academics, I will prefer to concentrate on a single things. You should know how things happening, but you should concentrate on a single platform, single things. That would be more interesting for you guys. Someone raise the hand, please. Amit Bhandari.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Amit here. I'm tech student. So, in the recent scenario of the company requires the person who are expertise not only in the C language, they also require the expertise in C++, RTOS, and along with that, they need a different platforms as well, like ARM and AVR and different protocols like CAN, Modbus, uh, ETUs, right? So, as per the student point of concern, we are right now in the academics. How would we get the experience of these kind of platforms or these kind of
Yes, I got your
protocols?
I
Yeah.
got your
So, how could we
question.
get selected in those companies, right? So, that my concern is. Can you please
Hmm.
bring the light on that?
Yeah. So the kind of the question you asked, it seems uh, multiple domain requirement like C. You should be comfortable with C, assembly language programming, RTOS, and protocols interface. So this is generally the requirement of the experienced guy. For the experienced guy, if someone is joining based on some experience and technology specific domain, so you should be expert of that domain. Then we can anybody or any company can hire you. For example, we are requiring if someone know the stuffs like design. Design means SOC design with the help of CMOS. So you should be expert of the Verilog programming language, UVM programming language, and all this kind of thing. If someone needs to check the application part, like whether the steps of working good or not, we call it validation. Means if someone fabricates the IC, after fabrication it is behaving good or not. It's very kind of a man actually. Let's say a child baby comes in the new world. So how can we make sure that she or he is a very perfect and his all the parts are working fine? How can you understand? To understand, to explore all the parts of the body of the child, or you can say the newborn microcontroller. So we need a program to check all the interfaces inside it. For example, it could be CPU itself, it could be I2C itself, it could be cache memory connected inside the processors, it could be multimedia subsystem, video subsystem, it could be audio subsystems, it could be a simple your let's say audio system or video system, whatever. So you need to program it. Now the programming languages generally require it C. For real-time applications, like it is behaving 100% what in the time limit constraints, then you should come with the operating systems knowledge and the RTOS knowledge as well. For example, FreeRTOS, MuCOS, or VxWorks, anyone you can decide which is free for you actually for the time being. So language is not the concern actually, Amit. If I'm correct, and the kind of work we are going is programming language is not the concern. The concern is the logic behind your idea. What are you going to actually implement? Once you decide the implementation, you can program it in either C or the C++ or in assembly language also. So generally people ask for C because implementation is much more easy in C. For the application purpose, for the product based applications, like you are going to make something to the real world, it could be C, Python, Java, and it could be a mixed kind of programming language. So for a fresher concern, like most of the guys are in third year, final year, second year. So I would like to nourish. I like to see them nourishing with this single programming language, understanding the concept of deep level of concept. As I told initially, like if you are writing a program using if and which switch conditions. So why you are using if, why you are using switch, how many number of clocks cycles are going to waste in if statement, how many number of cycles going to switch consumed in the switch statement. Similarly, if you are using a loop, then you should know the concept of loop, not concept the loop, why you are using that loop to implement that things. So programming, as per the part of programming, you can choose any programming, any programming. That's not the concern. But as I said, C is the mother tongue. C stands for computer. If you want to understand computer, come to the C programming language first. Hope you get the question. Your right answer, Amit.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Any questions, students? You guys are very silent. Hope you should come up with the questions. Yeah, Vinay want to say something. Yeah, please.
Sir, as you that what should we do to we launch ourselves in the field of electronics? So please suggest something, sir.
You want to do something in the field of electronics, is it?
Yes, sir. As sir, it is so much tough for any electronic student to be in the field of CS or IT, as it wants too much programming.
That's what I asked. I said, Vinay, like electronics don't understand electronics as electronics branch. First of all, electronics, whatever you are in, let's say you are studying antenna or something like, let's say antenna. So if you understand the concept of antenna, it could be any kind of antenna transmitting the data over the air. So who is responsible to transmit the data over the air? You should think of it, because communication system is all about the implementation. I'm taking an example, Vina. Okay, so communication system is an implementation which where the communication takes place over the air. So who is the responsible to transferring the data over the air? It is more important for you. That's why electronics guys are chosen into the industry, because you know the physical layer. Physical layer means the wire, the connects into the system where the packets are formed. You guys have been.
Uh, but 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 sir, everyone wants experienced man
No, no,
or
no, 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 no. Freshers are never expected with experience. No, never. So if you are going for the any company's interview, whatever, there are two kind of company: a bulk hiring or the specific requirement. So if TCS comes to your organizations, or you are going for any pool campus, so whatever you have written in your resume, that will be asked. They are not going to ask anything outside your resume. That's what in initial stage I said, like, if you know anything in electronics, put into a bigger picture. Let's say that I know this. Hey man, I know this stuff. You can ask anything from this area. I'm the expert of this one. That will help you a lot, rather than writing so many things. Electronic is a very vast field, buddy. So
yes, sir.
put.
Sir, that's why I was. That's why, sir, I was confused that what should I do and what should I choose.
So what you have gone through any microcontroller or any processor?
Yes, sir. Arduino and
Uh,
MSP 430.
Arduino. Okay, MSP 430. So MSP 430 Arduino. MSP, which company manufacture MSP?
Really don't
Texas
know.
Instruments, huh? Texas Instruments. So, okay. So I'll tell you, Tex, you can mute anybody. It's lot of noise actually. Someone else creating. Yeah. Vinay, you can mute yourself. Yeah, good. So let's say you are choosing the MSP 430 microcontroller. So MSP 430 microcontroller itself has the huge component, huge infrastructure, huge communication protocols, and huge amount of number of transistors fabricated over it. That is made up of millions of trillions of transistors. So pick any subsystem. Any subsystem means, let's say you are comfortable with the GPIO segment, मतलब pin segment. You are connecting with this. So how the data from the CPU to pin is going to travel? Do you understand what I am saying? If you're writing to blink even a
Yes,
single
sir.
pin,
Yes.
let's say you are writing to program an LED to blink, okay, to turn on a switch, to turn on an device, or to turn off the device. So how the data travels from CPU or from your instruction you have written to the pin? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Means the internal happening of the data.
Yes, I'm not saying
Internal.
to. Yeah, good. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to put the complete picture. We don't want to see any picture. No, we want to say what was your approach, how you connected the system, how the data traveled from the CPU to the pin. And once whatever I said, if you will analyze it, you will come to know that there are a lot of things to explore. So explore a single area only, not the complete microcontroller. for complete microcontroller side, you can what you can do is you can give a brief. Anybody, even I can give the brief. I'm the master of, right now I'm working on the power systems only. I mean, whatever the chipset is being delivered by the Qualcomm, our team, not me, our team is responsible to highlight how what amount of milliwatt power is going to be consumed over a days if your user use the mobile. So we are responsible for the power only. Okay, so
Means sir, expertisement should be in only a
yes, yes,
single
yes.
field,
So
not in
I'm not
everything.
right. I'm not saying that you should go with the power one. Or previously, I was expert with the I2C or SPI protocol. So you should not go with that. Whatever you know, whatever makes you comfortable in the technology, go with that only. Academics is different thing. You have to make project definitely. That should be working definitely, and it should be aligned with the industry or the current scenario. That's the different part. But your knowledge under which you can nourish yourself in a broader way, that is different. hope
Okay, sir.
hope you
Okay.
got the point.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Again, repeating to all the students who have joined the meeting, never give up with the programming language. Go with the C programming language. Okay, I will take an example. Let's say you are writing a C instruction. Okay, anybody has doubt, just let me know. If you're writing a C instruction, x is equal to 5. Just listen it, you will come to know what I'm saying. X is equal to 5. You have taken the variable x of to be type character. So the first question should come into the mind. Not going to explain the programming, not going to explain your technicalities in terms of academics. Just understand what I'm saying. You have written a variable character x equal to 5. The first question you should come with teacher or the expert. Hey Sanjay, why are you taking the variable of type character if you are going to store the integer value 5? The second question, x equal to 5, in a variable x, how 1 will be stored? 0101 is the binary. Where in the memory it will be stored, sir? If I'll say x equal to 5, well, where in the memory it will be stored? In the CPU memory, in the register memory, in the cache memory, in the flash memory, or in some other hardware memory? The second question. Third question, let's say it is stored in memory, then how it comes into the port in the display, on the calculator display? So who is responsible to fetch the data from that memory to the display system? How it comes from the let's say from the memory to till display? So this kind of scenario you should understood. How many number of clocks has been taken by the CPU to pick the data from memory and to display you? So who are the let's say you are making some calculation, x is equal to y. So x and y, how many successive addition is going to be there, or there is any booth multiplier or any other multiplier circuits? So multiplier circuit will take much more cycles as compared to the adder circuits. So a particular multiplication should go with the adder circuits or booth multiplier circuit or any multiplier circuit. So there should be internal connectivity that can be decided at the runtime. It should be through adder or through multiplier. So this kind of questions makes you more sensible and understanding things rather than the going through all the systems. It's not possible, buddy. I'm since Amit, or I know Amit, I guess. So we are in the system since last 11 year, 12 year, 15 year. So I have been 15 year. So I'm not able to understand the whole microcontroller. I can program anything, I know, but understanding a microcontroller is very similar to understanding a full body of a human. It's like brain. So there are specific doctors, brain, orthopedics, pediatric, and gynecologist. So there are different kind of doctors. That's why the similar is the case with us. You want to be a validation engineer, design engineer, power engineer, CAD engineer. I've written few words for to remind you guys. You are going to be an architect, I2C specific or protocol specific or design specific, or chip designing side or planning side, or you are going to deal with the display side. this kind of expertisement we need actually. Not we need, everybody needs the expertisement. Anybody, nobody want to make you the full product actually. Okay, next question, please. Hope you are satisfied with the answer, Vinay.
Sir,
Any question, guys? I had PPTs are in the systems that would have become more interactive, but that system is not working for me for the timing. In future time, we may interact with some programming session if times allows me in future, coming Saturday, Sunday, somewhere else. So, any questions, guys?
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Sir, I want to ask what are the different expertise and different qualities that the embedded industry is demanding from freshers other than programming language?
Other than programming languages, just need to understand the concept of the system, what I told you. Let's say I'm taking the again example of microprocessor. You have gone through the microprocessor, right?
Right, sir.
Right. So you have been connecting the memory or some keyboard or some switches to the 8085, is it? You have gone through 8085 or 8051? Which country? Which one?
8085, sir.
Okay. So this is not interview kind of thing and anything. I'm just explaining you. So the kind of expertisement they want from you besides the programming is whether you understand the concept of microcontroller, microprocessor, or you have just given a rectification to yourself. For example, I told you very specifically, let's say you are writing an instruction move a hash, or you can say move a comma 55, or you can say move a comma 5. Okay, with the instruction move a comma 5. Let me present you. That will be more sophisticated. Guys, you can see my screen. Just let me know.
no, sir, no, sir, no. Sir.
Just let me know. I'm sharing.
Yes, sir. Now it's visible.
Okay. So I'm writing something on the notepad. I would have been gone through the compilers as well, compilers and simulators as well. But okay. So let's say I'm writing an instruction. Forget about the whatever written on the notepad. So let's say I'm writing an instruction move a comma r0. Everybody has gone through this instruction. Hope. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. I thought I've lost. Okay. So now you think, just you think how this move instruction, anybody can explain, that could be good, otherwise I will explain you. Anybody
Sir,
can
the data in the register are not be directly sent to the accumulator.
it's very simple instruction, buddy. All the register data could be moved to the accumulator. It's register addressing mode. So
Yes, sir.
that there are different kind of addressing mode. Forget about the addressing mode. We are not going to have that. So excuse me. So this register data is moved inside the accumulator is not important. Important is how this move is responsible to move the data from R0 to accumulator.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's say what does anybody know what is move instruction? How does it work? If you have thought about it, then you understand the world of embedded system, I guess so. Because if you don't understand this move instruction, how it is moving data from register to accumulator, or let's say you have gone through this kind of instruction move a comma 55h, or you might have gone through instructions like move a comma hash 55h. It depends on the type of microcontroller and its addressing modes, so all are similar. So this move instruction has a word called mnemonic. You know, everybody knows mnemonic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what
Yes,
is
sir.
this 7-5? I'm not going to explain all these things. I'm just telling you. 7-5. 7-5 is the instruction code for this
Port
move.
address. Yes, sir.
So this data 0111 and 0101 75 is going to fetch by the CPU from the memory, instruction memory, and this instruction memory data will go to the decoder, instruction decoder, and then instruction decoder will decode like, hey man, it is 07010175 means it wants to move something, then it will explore the areas where it has to move. So it will pick the data from the memory. Oh, this data is to be moved from here to here. Okay, so all the addressing mode, whether it is direct address, whether it is register, whether it is data, so it should be, it comes after that. So what is the instruction, where are the locations, what is the source, and what are the destination? In this process, how many number of clock CPU has taken? So if you have gone through this kind of thing, if you know nothing about the programming, that's fine. That makes sense. You have the deep concept. At least you can tell the system, sir, you are making the wrong thing here. You are making the good thing here. So someone asked me this question. So hope they are satisfied with the answer. Don't go through the like you can understand everything. I know I was not good expert of the programming except the assembly language. I have made the complete robot in terms of in an assembly language only, but rather after coming to the industry, we started with C++, data structure, Linux operating system, RTOS. Now we are working with different kind of technologies. Programming has been far enough from us. Now we are we are in a different kind of domain where we plan something rather than writing the code. So that all depends on the time, but you should understand the concept of the system, how this is going to interact with the machines. Any questions, guys? Ask your questions. If you are not getting the right answers, please repeat the question. Hello. Third year, fourth year, guys, please come up with the questions. Okay. Before asking the questions, one thing I would like to say, everyone, if you are not questioning, you are losing your time. You are wasting your time. You are losing your brain. So don't underestimate anybody in front of you, your teacher, your friend, your colleague. If you have doubt, just put your doubt in front of them. No, I mean, there is nothing like it could be a stupid question, it could be over questioned. If I know, I can explain. If does it is anybody that don't know, he will simply say that, sorry, I don't have the idea. So you have to put the questions if you want to know anything. So forget about the audience who are saying what. Forget about that. Just go through your question, come up with the questions, guys, please. So I can see many guys: Subham, Soumya, Sonika, Saurabh, Sudhakar,
Sir,
Sudeep. Yeah.
sir, how could we get to know that there are how many clocks are there in any program or something?
Please repeat
Means
question. Your
there is
voice is lost.
Sir, how could we get to know that how many clocks are there in the program and how many clocks are there in a simple mnemonic or something else?
It's written here in the instruction, buddy. If you will check your CPU, your microprocessor book, any book, either you're going through Gonkar or Biram or
Sir,
Ramesh
yes, sir.
Babu, any question, it's written your in book itself.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I'll tell you, before deciding the instructions, it is decided for this operation how many clocks is required. Optimized up to a maximum level. First, the clocks
Okay, sir.
decided.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So you should know the basics, huh? I'm not saying that everything you should know about it. You should know how the flows, how things flow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's say I'm thirsty and why I want to have a drink. So anything. So how can I I mean, how should I, being human, we don't think about it. Let's say I'm thirsty, so I have to drink water. I will simply go to the uh, venue and will take the water, will drink. So how my system behaved, I should I should put my hand and I should pick it. I should take into the mouth. How this behavior is going on. So generally we don't think about it, but somewhere else, somehow from our mind it is being instructed. So the data, the movement, the everything is going to happen because of some instruction only, and that instruction is written. So programming language, either it could be assembly, C, or anyone. Next question, guys.
Okay, sir.
Third year guys, fourth year guys, please come up with the questions. Okay, if you are not coming
Hello.
with the questions,
Good morning,
yeah.
sir.
Good morning, good morning.
How to predict embedded software errors, sir?
That's a compiler error, huh? You are asking about the compiler error. You are programming something and you are compiling and you are putting some error, is it?
Yes, sir.
So if you so that for that you need to understand this syntax. Let's say you are writing a C program and you are missing the semicolon. You written if fi instead of if. So this kind of error happens. There are two kinds of error actually: logical error and syntax error. So if you are making syntax error, means the compiler will tell you that there is an error. If you are making some logical error, let's say instead of multiplication we have written the addition or division. Instead of moving the data x into y, from x to y, you have moved data from y to x. That is your logic. You have to take care of it, and for that you have to deep dive into the program. I mean, whatever line you are writing, you should know why you are writing and when you have to write. There is no specific way to understand. Just by practicing you can learn it. Yes, Shaili ma'am.
True. Well, I think the interaction has gone to a level that the students could gain an insight of how they have proceed for. I know the questions could have been made because I think embedded is one field where we can risk our career to move on.
Okay,
Right.
yeah.
So, one last question I would like, not an question, it is basically, it's a kind of like, Sanjay ji, I would just like you to guide them, like where they must go ahead with their internships, what kind of internships they can plan, what facilities of internships are around, because, before placement, internship plays a very significant role.
Okay, I got your question, ma'am, and for that I have a very good planning for the students. So if anybody is interested into embedded systems, VLSI, automation, or communication field itself, so I have good terms. Just note down these terms if it is possible. So whenever you are going through training, so find out the institutes, companies, or the academics where this kind of specific training is being provided. Don't go for embedded systems. Don't go for VLSI. Don't go for the communication system. I'm letting you know the names. For example, uh, you should go for verification. You have anyone heard about the term verification? You should go for training training in verification, training in validation, training in design, training in design. Let's note down, if you can note down the terms.
Easy.
So training in validation, training in security systems, training in architecture, training in protocols, training in validation, training in you can say like embedded system and design. Embedded system and design. Don't go through the training that try to complete the complete microcontroller. Go to a specific design. I can't take the name of the companies actually. Let's say I'm taking the name. Okay. That could not be the good thing actually. So there are few companies.
No,
There are
no, I will not. I'm not
no,
straight
I'm
away
not.
asking the name of companies.
No.
But point is the way you have guided. Like what is happening around. Lot of we have institutes, lot of companies which are just offering the course of the name as training in embedded system. Will
So
it be
so
significant? You have guided them very nicely for it. But additionally, I would just tell them that they have a process. Like every industry has a process to keep in turns,
right. That's what
right?
that's what I was saying. So you should select the companies which provide the specific training. For example, VLSI design. For example, verification. For example, validation. For example, chip designing. This kind of stuffs. These kind of stuffs, if you can find around you in a small company, not a training company. I'm not talking about any talking about any training company. So I'm talking about the industry, small companies. I'm not talking about the institutes. I'm talking about the industries. After pass out, just go with the specific domain. Don't go to the complete training module. Go for a specific domain. For the time being, you can go for anything like microcontroller, whatever you want to select.
That's really good. Thank you so much, Mr. Sanjay. I think it was a good session. Students, if you have got any questions yet, you can get them transferred to us. We can later on even provide you answers. We can take the help of Sanjay sir later on also. Am I right, sir?
Yeah, sure. Even you can share the email ID if you have if they have specific doubts. So offline, maybe I can help them a lot. So I will
Right,
not
right.
be.
Thank
I can't answer every time, but usually I can weekend I can answer them.
Yes, yes, definitely, definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Would be sharing that. And I think for the initial phase, everybody has understood. And it is very difficult. I must say, you have wonderfully taken the session, Sanjay sir. Because normally what happens, the PPT goes and then we are just explaining it. But right now you're coming, you have taken the session with their doubts, with their with the opportunities they can target towards, and how they have to really work on the opportunities available, how they have to plan their careers. It was an excellent way you have proceeded, and I'm sure everybody would be taking the benefit of it. I really personally enjoyed this interaction a lot, because it is very rare we get the opportunity talk to such people.
Yeah. Generally, people from industry don't interact with the academics.
Yes. So I think your interaction is more important for our students, and I am very much hopeful that in the coming sessions they would be ready to ask you many other things, because since you have enlightened them with a lot of thoughts.
Right.
So now, may I request everybody to join up their cameras, please, to switch on their cameras so that we can capture a few moments which would be helpful for us,